For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right
You
now.
can see it, but
I'm taking
it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
For sure them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you, you can see it, but it's going to be difficult. You take it to your I'm taking them and ain't nothing you going to be able to do about it. Come fight. And I know Turkey is in your corner, but look it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me. Despite promising that there was going to be no trash talk between them, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez quickly forgot their vows as their press conference descended into a heated war of words because we are two fighters. We are two fighters. True fighters. True. Yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh. Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course. They need to talk about fighting. They want to say something. But people know we are great fighters. They want a great fight. Yeah. We don't need I am sure. And I'm sure in the mid of September, the two fighters threw out every form of respect they had for each other and trolled themselves like they would do to every other opponent. But you can guess who started it first. Huh. I see you. I see you. You see, I'm different. I see you, too. You see, I'm different than all the other ones. I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different. I'm different. Nothing different. I'm different. We'll see. You going to see. You know it. We'll see. We'll see. In the bout billed as the fight of the century, Alvarez dismissed the notion it could be a close contest with American Crawford stepping up from light middleweight. Alvarez once talked down the blockbuster bout, believing he had nothing to gain from beating a man who started his career at lightweight. So, the Mexican great was probed on the damage a loss to two-time undisputed champ Crawford would have on his iconic record. But cool as ice Canelo, 34, replied, "He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not going to beat me. I think this fight is going to be in the history books of boxing for sure. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is going to be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure. He's a great fighter, but he's not Canelo. I have the experience," Alvarez said at a news conference. "They only focus on my power, but I have more than that. This fight is going to be one of the best fights on my record." Alvarez, 34, may be the younger man by 3 years, but having made his professional debut age 15, and with 11 world titles, 27 world title fights, and 67 bouts in total under his belt, the Mexican has been cast as the man to pass the torch to Crawford. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it, Alvarez answered at one stage, which drew a laugh and a smile from Crawford, who replied, "For sure these belts are coming home with me on the streets, you and Canelo. What would it look like? Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going with me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there. I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town? I think every city, every place is different. No, it's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing. The beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets. 26 bouts separate the rivals, but Crawford too has a record most fighters could only dream of with 19 consecutive world title bouts and a two-weight undisputed champion. Crawford promised he would become the first male three-weight undisputed champion in a classy nod to his American counterpart, Clarissa Shields, who has already achieved defeat in the women's code. I'm taking them and there ain't nothing you can do about it come fight night. I promise you. You see, I'm different from all the other ones. Canelo, who has won titles all the way from 154 pounds to 175 pounds, countered, "You don't look different." Nothing different. Describing himself as a winner and telling Crawford that nothing distinguishes him from the rest. "I'm different. You're going to see," Crawford said in reply. "However I got to fight, I'm a win. Simple as that. I'm not going to let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life, you know. I won't be running, you know. I could tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching. He'll be grown. He's a great fighter. Like I say, he's not Canelo." Alvarez made his pro debut aged 15 in 2005 while Crawford was 20 years old when he made his in 2008. Crawford, who is being publicly backed by Alalshik, said this is the fight he always wanted. "I called Canelo out. He is the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao and Oscar de la Hoya. We both came up in that era and he got the chance to fight them. I wasn't able to get those mega fights. This is my mega fight. This is my moment." Crawford has not returned since last August when he beat Israel Madrimov 30 for the World Boxing Association light middleweight title. Meanwhile, Canelo regained his undisputed 168 pounds throne with victory over William Skull 32 in May in Riyadh. Excited. I'm very excited. Motivate because this is all about I want to make history and I'm very excited for this fight. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is going to be in the He Now headlines on Netflix at the Las Vegas Raiders Euro 1,006,500 seater stadium against Crawford, who says there is no way he loses to Canelo in the ring or otherwise. He said, "Come on, man. You know what I do. I don't have to talk about it on the streets. Me against anybody. I ain't ever going to say another man can whoop me. That's your answer there." But Canelo hit back. "We're not talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing. The beautiful sport of boxing. Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that. Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo? No, it's not. Is that something you push for? No, I didn't. And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all? No, it's not." After that brief back and forth, press conference host Todd Giesham pressed both fighters on their mindsets ahead of the upcoming clash. And Crawford said his focus isn't on what might happen if the fight goes to the scorecards. Instead, he's looking to control the controllables. "I can't focus on the judges. I've just got to focus on doing what I can do and controlling what I can control inside the ring. And that's going out there and winning the fight decisively." He said, "Like I said before, any fighter can be knocked out. Canelo's got a granite chin. He's tough. He's durable. We've seen him hurt a couple of times, but not to the point where it's not respected. But given the right circumstances, anybody can get knocked out. I'm always going to rise on the big occasions. I always did my whole career. This is my moment, and I'm not letting Canelo take that away from me. Simple as that." With Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to face him, Canelo is more than aware of the challenge his opponent faces. A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that? 'Cause I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best. But the Mexican superstar has been successful on several occasions while being the smaller man in the ring and said that size won't be a consideration for him as he prepares to face an undefeated two-weight undisputed champion on September 13th. I've been in his position before and I'm not thinking about that, said Canelo. I'm just going to do my job and take everything seriously and not think about it. Smaller or bigger, I always prepare myself for the best fighter out there. I'm a winner. I'm always thinking about the win and I'm coming to win. My mindset is different and I'm very thankful with Netflix, with Turkey, with all the guys involved in this fight because for me it's all about making history and I'm glad to be here. When would you say from memory that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening? Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, sizing them up like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that. Just sizing them up like that and going to his fights and things like that. And when he with the fighters setting the stage for their epic clash, the two protagonists signed off by sending messages to their respective fan bases ahead of fight night. They know I always come to fight. I always come with my best. And I just thank you for them for all the support, said Canelo. And I hope they will be there watching or in the arena, cheering for me and enjoying the win. Crawford rallied his fan base to arrive dressed to impress as they make the pilgrimage from Omaha, Nebraska to Las Vegas. And Bud vowed to make history by dethroning Canelo and adding another monumental achievement to his resume. There's a lot of experts that think Canelo is not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think considering, the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago? I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the score fight and I think, different.